The traditional Korean folk song Arirang was played on the Danube River to console the victims of last week's fatal boat accident. Hungarian citizens gathered and sang the Korean melody to remember the Korean victims of the maritime tragedy, and local residents are also paying respect across the country in various ways.
8 days have passed since the Danube River tragedy, and Hungarian citizens are joining in to share the grief of the Korean people. In the city of Debrecen, some 200 kilometers from capital Budapest, locals also pay the respects to the Korean victims of the tourist boat collision. In one church, a special service was held to remember the victims. Some 1,000 members of the congregation lifted up prayers for the Korean victims involved in a most unfortunate accident far from home. Fundraising activities are also underway to help the families of the victims. $1,000 were raised in just one day, and the fundraising campaign is expected to spread to many of the 1,200 churches across Hungary.
Megemlékeztünk azokról, akik úgy haltak meg, hogy édesanya, édesapa, gyermek, unoka, nagyszülők, testvérek voltak.
In the evening, the Korean folk song Arirang could be heard along the Danube River. Hundreds of Hungarian citizens gathered on the Margit Bridge and expressed their condolences by way of singing the quintessential Korean melody.
We've never practiced this before. We were just trying our best just to feel how they feel.
Locals are also laying flowers and candles along the riverbank and outside the Korean embassy, in the earnest hope of quickly recovering all those who are still missing.